Hello everybody, it is Blind Meadow Gamer back with you once again. It is now time for another content update for the channel for spring 2025. I like to do these every now and then to give you, the viewers and listeners and the fans, something to look forward to as to what's going to be happening, what you can expect going forward. And I've got quite a few changes that I'm going to be making as far as the way I do a lot of my live streams and a lot of my gaming streams and whatnot. And I also want to talk about what new games are going to come to the channel. And yes, if you're wondering what that is in the background, you're seeing the CEO of YouTube.com/BlindMetalGamer, Oreo. He is here with us, and he is doing his thing. So yeah, I want to talk about what's going to happen as far as new content, changes, um, and these aren't like big changes. I'm not like buying a big setup or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the new games coming to the channel. A definite will be Slay the Princess, the Pristine Cut. The thing that I'm waiting on here, folks, is the accessibility. I want to wait and see how the accessibility does as far as when they're going to drop that screen reader, when Black Typing Games are going to drop that. Um, as far as uh, when that's coming, I don't know when because I've got to kind of wait and see about the screen reader and when they're going to bring that into the game. That's going to be the thing that's going to help me play that game for you guys. So um, that's something to consider. As far as other games that are possibly that might come, uh, I'm going to be looking into Days Gone remastered. I heard that's going to have a screen reader. If it's got navigational assist and auto aim and descriptive audio, I will definitely be doing a playthrough of that for you guys on the channel. And you'll notice the headset I'm using. I'm back to using my old headset that I was using. So I want to let you all know that's kind of going to be a thing now. As far as uh, other new games, there's going to be more Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2 because I want to do a full playthrough of that before Space Marine 3 drops. That one, although will require sighted assistance, so that one I've got to have. I'm either going to have Roper Blue or Common the Crusher or someone like that help with that. I'll probably just get the crew together and we'll just say hell with it and have a good old time. That's another thing you're going to start seeing on the channel a lot more of too. You're going to be seeing a lot more of me and the crew streaming a lot more together in games like Mortal Kombat. There's going to be a lot more Mortal Kombat 1 to come. Um, and speaking of Mortal Kombat, I'm going to be bringing back possibly my DLC character reviews in a new way. I'm going to try a new editing technique since, as you all know, I lost my vision a little over it'll be 2 years this November, a little over a year ago. And I cannot use the app Share Factory on the PS5 because they didn't give it a screen reader in order to make it blind accessible. What bullshit is that, right? Um, so, hey viewers, what's up? So, that's kind of why I haven't used Share Factory and I've not really been doing the videos the way I should have been. I'm going to try a new editing technique where I'm going to put the videos in another editor, maybe Riverside or maybe YouTube editor, and see if I can do what I need to do in there in terms of recording an audio track and getting it in there um, for you guys and get it the way it should be. That way that it can be properly edited, properly done, and properly prepared for you guys to give you the best quality. And the first one I plan on trying this little experiment on is going to be T1000. So I'm going to be going into the studio to record footage for that project probably tomorrow. And I'm going to work on it probably over the weekend and then get it out as soon as possible. Now you're probably wondering, hey, Blind Metal Gamer, what about this AI generated music? You're only getting 2 or 3 hits. Um, I'm going to be premiering some new music March 28th. There's going to be a new track coming out. It's called Blood of the Abyssal Tyrant. It's a brutal death metal song with violins and male clean speaking vocals. It's going to be great. And then I've got some other stuff coming to the channel in April. Blades of Fire and Ice. 2 versions of that coming out. The first one will be on April Fool's Day, April 1. And then on April 4th, you'll hear the alternate when it drops as a premiere. So there's that. So there's plenty of new content coming. There's new, as far as streams. One thing you'll notice I'm not going to be doing is the tags, because the tags, I've got what I need as far as channel tags. Let me direct you to what I'm doing. Um, yeah, there's that. As far as the podcast, you'll notice on the last podcast that me and Kyra did, um, we did the video, and then I got the audio dropped via Spotify that same day. That's probably how I'm going to do those. Stream the video live, and then get the audio done and work on it. As far as the next podcast, it'll be April 6th. It's going to be called Adulting in Easter. That's coming up real soon. As far as um, games, I don't really know, because I'm not really playing a lot of games these days, to be perfectly frank. Because I'm really focused on this AI music, I'm focused on these updates, I'm focused on the accessibility piece, so that's kind of why I'm doing what I'm doing as far as um, not as frequent game streaming. I remember I used to be, oh my god, I was streaming every night, games every night. Now I got to cut back because I have all these things, to think about, such as my vision and whatnot. Hey viewers, what's up? What is up, guys? So yeah, as far as the roadmap, as far as what to expect in the spring and summer, I would say expect Slay the Princess at some point. Expect more Spider-Man 2, more of Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. Um, let's see, possibly Days Gone remastered, maybe Ultra Pro Wrestling. As far as WWE 2K25, I wouldn't expect that, because um, I don't know if they're going to make it accessible. I hope they do. I hope they make it very, very good as far as the accessibility, and do a very good job with it. And I really do hope that it does well in that regard. Um, so, we'll just have to see what happens. But you can definitely expect more podcasts, more updates like this, more video game accessibility news. When they drop the news, of course, I'll cover it here on the channel, which will be awesome. As far as, do I have any shout outs? Yeah, I do. I want to give a shout out to Smack Talks. I want to give a shout out to Hub Case Unwinder. I want to give a shout out to the Evil Chocolate Cookie. I want to give a shout out to Silver Chain. I want to give a shout out to John Follis. I want to give a shout out to um, Mackenzie Parker. I want to give a shout out to all the crew that watched Cookie, the Evil Chocolate Cookie, with me when I check her out live. I also want to give a shout out to Headlocked Gaming. I want to give a shout out to Maximilian Dude, Dynasty, Rufalonger, Kenny Baum, uh, Wrestling Bios, WrestleLamia. I want to give a shout out to the Scary Cherry. I want to give a shout out to um, Doomed. I want to give a shout out to Untamed. So those guys are all awesome. Those guys and gals are awesome. Go check them out. Also, I want to give a shout out to Misdemeanor Rayburn. I want to give a shout out to Sightless Combat. I want to give a shout out to the Sightless one. I want to give a shout out to Blind FGC Rattlehead, KH Rattlehead, or Crattlehead. I want to give a shout out to Steve Sandler. I want to give a shout out to um, Blind Press. They're awesome. All of those folks are cool. So if you've not um, checked them out, go check them out. So as far as like I said, new podcasting episodes, that's going to be in April, and then in May. I'll go on and say that in May, me and Kyra are doing another episode of our personal surviving our personal trips to hell. This is going to be volume 2, um, and then we're going to be done with that topic. So that's coming out in May, and then we're going to be done with podcasting until August. So during the interim, when the podcast is on break, me and Kentucky Blue Blood are going to work on something pretty cool for you guys. I think you're going to be very happy with, and I think you're all going to enjoy it. But I'm not gonna spoil that for you. You'll have to wait and see what that's all about, and see what I got cooking. I'll be revealing that a little bit when it gets closer to time. So, and there's also other things I might be working on too that I'll be revealing when it gets closer to time too. So, with that, also another thing too, I want to let you all know about. I know I've been kind of slacking on my album reviews, but that's because I needed to find a collaborative partner that I could collaborate with that would be kick ass and ruling for you guys. So, Flip Player 86, if you're listening to this, if you're watching this, I'm no longer going to be collaborating with you because of certain things that went down between you and I. So, you're out. However, March 29th, 2025, Ninja Terry will make her YouTube debut with me as she and I review the Orden Ogan album Final Days. The version we're going to be reviewing is the Orden Ogan and Friends album. We're going to be discussing that in length, ad litem. And we're going to be discussing the tracks. We're going to be discussing the album as a whole, our thoughts as blind listeners, and our thoughts as fans of metal and other music. So, hey viewers, what's up? Welcome to the stream. So that's what's up. As far as other things, the podcast is doing very well. I got a notification today that it got like 1,000 plays over on Spotify, so that's awesome. Um, so that's cool. And then as far as new YouTube content, there's gonna be more of these, more gaming, more cool shit to look forward to. So with that being said, I hope everybody has enjoyed this update. Be it a brief one, I'll be it a brief one, and I hope everybody likes it, enjoys it. Feel free to subscribe, feel free to like, feel free to share, and comment down below and share with everyone you know. So I want to just thank everybody for coming out tonight. Thank everybody for checking it out, and I hope everybody's doing well, staying warm and safe. And I'll see you guys in the next live stream and in the next video. Until next time, I've been your host, Blind Metal Gamer, saying so long, everyone, and peace out.